Now to our GMA cover story. It's about a group of teenage girls who are taking a stand after their male classmates created a hot or not list, ranking them based on their looks. It's a story we first saw in the Washington Post, and ABC's Ariel Reshef sat down with some of the teens, and you have this story for us this morning, Ariel.
I do. Good morning to you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. Those girls tell me they're taking a page from the Me Too movement, saying they're tired of being objectified by their male classmates. Now they're using that embarrassing list as a catalyst for change.
We're finally standing up and saying we've had enough of this. We've had enough of being harassed, objectified, and viewed as less than.
These young women at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School in Maryland speaking out after a group of male students circulated a list ranking girls based on looks.
How many of you were on the list? So how did it make you feel?
I initially just felt betrayed. I think of these people as friends.
A sliding scale from 5 to 10, a number by each of their names.
What did you think when you first saw it?
Mine was down to the 100th place, and I think that seeing that was kind of seeing all your insecurities put together put into a number.
It was like a knot formed in my stomach, and then I started to obviously question my self-worth and my self-esteem.
So they decided to take collective action.
We designed these presentations in which we would go into underclassmen classes, one girl and one boy, and kind of gives this presentation and discussion and talk about, the different transgressions that happen, in each grade level that impact not only girls but boys.
But it wasn't punishment they were seeking for the boys.
We initially spoke with administration and began working with the creators of the list in order to design kind of a school-wide approach to this issue of male toxicity in general. But this is not a story of punishment. It's definitely one of change, and we should move on from that. The boys, rather than being uncomfortable in school and fearful of the repercussions of their actions, they're now working with us.
So you guys have talked about this culture of toxicity. How do you feel like things will change going forward?
This culture itself is something that's far bigger than our high school. But it starts with our generation. It starts with presentations to underclassmen. We have our school newspaper reporting about it, our school television show reporting about it, and we have other students setting up events all geared toward this toxicity.
School leaders applauding the girls for banding together to create change.
What was it like to have that cadre of young women march into your office and say, we want something to be done?
It was amazing to see the students coming together and to be able to say, you know what, we want to be a part of lending understanding to what happened. We want to be a part of making a difference and making a change.
These seniors now hoping their message will resonate far beyond these halls.
I don't know what it was inside of us that decided to take a stand, but I think that now that we have, there's no turning back, and we're starting a movement. This isn't a moment.
Now, the girls say partnering with the guys in their class has been pivotal to their efforts. Together, they have initiated a month of programming, including lectures, movies, and continued discussions to educate younger students. And of course, they're hoping their impact is felt far beyond their graduation. But what's really interesting here is the girls stressed they didn't want punitive action against these boys. So there were repercussions. I think they were extremely embarrassed. They had these 2-hour conversations with the girls where they had to apologize and fess up to what they did. And then now they're going forward with this productive initiative and really affecting future generations.
And they sound like they're very direct in what they want, and a great message. And that is said, it not only affects these girls, it affects these boys as well. I think it's some of the boys' insecurities that leads them to come up with a list like that in the first place.
They said this is about everyone.
Yeah, like she said, a movement, not a moment.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Ariel. That's great.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.